Good afternoon, everyone. I'm James Cromwell. Pennsylvania's newest Senator Dave McCormick is a big supporter of President Trump and Elon Musk's attempts to reduce the size of government. Trump, he argues, is doing what he said he would do. Dennis Owens joins us now with that story. Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James. I asked McCormick if he's in lockstep with the president's moves through the first month, which many would argue has been a tad controversial. And McCormick didn't hesitate, said yes. McCormick seems to have a special relationship with the president. He flew on Air Force One with him to the Super Bowl, which the Eagles won. I always like to point that out, James. I asked the senator what is his message to Pennsylvanians who are feeling overwhelmed by reports of firings and funding freezes just 30 days in.
Well, it's overwhelming. So I certainly empathize with that. But, President Trump ran on a promise of dramatic change. He promised to shake up Washington, and that's exactly what's happening. And so whether it's executive orders that are unlocking energy or whether the review of expenses across our government, or whether it's the efforts to designate the cartels as terrorist organizations, he's doing a series of things that are addressing the fundamental problems that Pennsylvanians were most worried about. This is what he promised, and we're getting what we voted for.
Some would argue more than they bargained for, but Republicans like McCormick, who are not challenging Trump, they're using the argument that elections have consequences, and this is what Americans have voted for. James, when I asked if McCormick, and remember he has a military background, if he agrees or disagrees with President Trump, who this week called Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator and suggested Ukraine started the war, McCormick said, no, Putin is the dictator, Russia started the war. So he did say that, and we will have much more with him, by the way, on This Week in Pennsylvania.
And I was just about to ask, will we hear more from him
yes,
on This
you
Week?
Will.
And anything else that he more would disagree with Trump about?
No, that's mostly it, other than when the president suggested the Kansas City Chiefs would win the Super Bowl. He disagreed with him on that. Of course, he's a Pennsylvania.
I would hope so.
Yeah, he's a Steeler fan first, but he said on that day he was definitely an Eagle fan.
And who won the Super Bowl?
The Philadelphia Eagles. You got to point that out. Second Super Bowl title. But for our Pittsburgh fans, they do have 6 Super Bowls, by the way. So
okay.
Eagles still have a little ways to go.
Absolutely. All right, Dennis. Have a good weekend.
Thank you
you very
too.
much. We'll see you on This Week.